What's going on, everybody? Andrew here, and I'm coming to you from my new studio. I just got done moving over Thanksgiving break, and I'm really excited to have a little bit more room. So I got this gig coming up that I actually had to buy a wireless unit for. I'm not real big on wireless units like all the time, but I know that there's some shows where either the stage is really big or I have to work the crowd a little bit and I need to kind of get up and be like kind of in there like with the singer. I did a lot of research, and what I landed on was the Shure new Shure wireless unit that has the tuner built in. So we're gonna do a little unboxing action here, and I'm gonna show you guys basically a little bit of background from the gig, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my history with wireless units. So I've been using wirelesses on and off for probably the last like 10 years. The first one I ever had was a Shure Relay G50. That was the one that had the body pack transmitter and the one that goes on your pedal board with the antenna. It worked really well for me. Granted, at the time, I wasn't worried so much about distance and dropouts. I was more worried about not having the cable. From there, I also had a Sennheiser unit, like the XWD, the one that just plugs in. It's got like a little transmitter and receiver that are built into the plug. I liked that one, but that one, it was a little annoying just because it used to swing around a little bit on the jack, and also the battery life wasn't all that great in my opinion, just in my experience. So here is this one. This is the one I got this time. Like I said, it is the GLX-D Plus dual band. So this is the new one that they just made. There was an older model, and there's a couple things that they updated with this one. Some of the reasons that I was attracted to it is it's a small receiver. It can go on your pedal board. It also has a tuner built in, which I probably won't use right now, but I may get to the point where I'll want to use the tuner. Just doing a little unboxing here. It comes with the instruction manual, the transmitter here, which is nice. It has some nice weight to it, but it's also not that heavy. Now this has got some weight to it. This thing is a little heavy. This is the receiver. Kind of big. So like if you're going to put it on your pedal board, it actually is kind of big, but it's doing a lot, and I think it's kind of amazing that it accomplishes all of that in a compact package, especially with the tuner. When I was using the relay, like I said, I used that Line 6 relay wireless for years. When I was going back out to get a wireless, basically I had to buy this wireless for this gig. It's in Abu Dhabi. It's coming up. It's for a Taylor Swift like tribute show. So they want me up there with the singer, you know, Taylor, kind of working the crowd. I have kind of been like resisting buying a wireless for a while because I really enjoy having a cable. It's something that I've kind of gotten used to. I play on a lot of club dates and a lot of even like medium-sized shows where I just don't find that I'm really leaving like my zone, and the sound of the cable is almost always better. And this is all your other stuff here. So there's another little box here that has the battery, which is this little gray battery here. Okay, charge before use, so we'll charge that up. I believe that this unit is what charges the battery. I'll need to read the manual, but it has a USB on it. Looks like a USB-C. Now, did it come with a USB-C cable? That's really the... Sometimes they're not doing that these days. Yes, it did. It came with a really nice USB-C cable, which I don't need. Does anyone else have a whole drawer full of cables that you basically never use? All right, so they really give you the full package here, so you can get started right out of the gate. And this is also really important, this piece right here. This is the cable that goes from your guitar to the transmitter. Okay, so the transmitter is what sends it from your guitar, the receiver is what receives it. And they actually gave you a pretty nice one here. These you can get upgraded at a lot of different places. What you can do, the one that comes out of your guitar, you can get another one that has a right angle. Some people like to have a right angle cable coming out of their guitar. If you have like a Les Paul or a PRS or something, or a Telecaster. Strats tend to, you know, do a little bit better with a straight plug. Let's go ahead and let's plug this thing in. Pretty easy to figure out which way it goes in because it only fits one way. I'm not seeing a light anywhere on here, and that may be because it's not charged. So it does turn out that it needs to be charged. I'm gonna let this thing charge up, and I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'm going to basically just make sure that it works, and I'm gonna be taking it to a rehearsal tomorrow night. I'll be doing a little bit of filming showing you my setup in the rehearsal studio, and then I'll be showing you a little bit of the travel to Abu Dhabi, and then also the sound check and the stage performance there, so we can really see how it works, and then I'll be back in the studio when I get back to do a little review. One other thing is how you get these transmitters affixed to your strap. So I searched far and wide for this one, which is actually, I really like, is it's made out of like glove leather. I think it's made by Franklin Leather. So this is the first time trying this out. It should be okay. Maybe I'll even put it in, no, I'll put it in this way so that I can access the button, and then it goes over like this. So there's your strap right there, and you could even put it on upside down if you wanted the cable to be going out, and then it opens up like this, and it gets right on your strap, okay? Pretty neat. So let's actually fast forward here, and we're gonna go to the rehearsal room. I'll show you how I have it set up on the floor and give it a little run through. All right, so here we are at Euphoria Studios in Manhattan, just wrapping up our last rehearsal. And this is what I'll be bringing to Abu Dhabi. This is my travel board. It's basically a consolidated version of my main board. It's got a tuner and 2 stages of drive and a delay and a boost and a tremolo. You can see the wireless is set up there on the side. And I also have a long cable running from the wireless into my tuner. I'm running into a deluxe reverb. I'll have a deluxe reverb backlined at the gig as well. And I've got my Telecaster out for this gig. Sounded pretty good. I've got the body pack on this little strap holder. It's working out really great so far, and it's holding charge really well and also not having any connectivity issues. But the real test will be when I get to Abu Dhabi and I need to make sure that the wireless is syncing correctly and not competing with all the other frequencies at the festival. So this one has a feature where it's constantly looking for signals, so I'm hoping it works well, and we will see you in Abu Dhabi. Just like that, we are in beautiful Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. This is the stage that I will be playing on. And this is the setup here, same setup as rehearsal. So the interesting thing is everything's 240 volts over here. So luckily my Kiox power supply and the Shure power supply all work from 110 to 240. There's the wireless, everything's all synced up. Like I said before, I like to run an instrument cable from the wireless unit into my pedal board. Just in case something goes down, I can just grab that cable, and then I've got a nice 20-footer that I can use. Got a backline deluxe reverb with the European plug on. It's pretty rad. And yeah, we're really, really excited for tonight. Here's a little footage of the show. And just like that, we're back in New York. And I have to say, my experience with this wireless was absolutely phenomenal. It exceeded my expectations. From the rehearsal to the show was completely fine. Setting it up, getting it paired, battery life on the body pack was great. It works on, it worked from 110 to 240 voltage, so powering it over there was no problem. And not a single dropout, and great tone, not too bright, not too dull, anything like that, nothing lost. Felt just like a cable, to be honest with you. So a couple other features of this that I didn't mention before is that this is the new model, so it's dual band, so it's 2.4 and 5.1 or whatever it is. So basically it's 2 different kinds of frequencies that it can scan with more things using up frequencies. It's important to be able to have a broader range to choose from. It also automatically chooses the frequencies for you constantly so that it minimizes and really eliminates dropouts. Another thing they did with this new model is they added an instrument cable in, which I think is genius, because if you have this on your pedal board and it didn't have that, if you ever wanted to use a cable, you'd essentially have to have another way to get into the first pedal after this in your chain. But if you have this, maybe mounted in the back of your pedal board or somewhere where this jack right here is easily accessible, you can just bypass the wireless part of this by plugging your cable in. Let's say you're at a rehearsal or you're jamming around at home and you don't want to use the wireless. You can still utilize the tuner, you can still utilize the buffer probably, And, you know, all of that will be, you know, keeping your setup a little more simple and a little more consolidated. In my opinion, I highly recommend this wireless to anyone that's looking. This is not a sponsored video. I just wanted to do this as someone, you know, who was needing to buy this wireless for this specific gig. Thought it'd be a cool way to put it through its paces, and also someone, you know, that has some experience with some different kinds of units. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. And if you want to check out more videos, please subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. I'll be putting up some more videos of some gear reviews, some demos, and some things like that. So I hope to catch you on another one. See ya.